Hi, and welcome to The Real Consumerist, a show I created to provide a voice to what I call the 65%ers, the average consumers out there, the people who buy and use the majority of tech products sold in the world. I created this channel because I felt there was a disparity in the reporting being done out there. The technology media and writers and reporters and podcasters love to talk about products from their perspective, but unfortunately I think there's something lost, and that's our perspective, that of the regular users out there, the average consumers. We use things in a different way, and we have different needs for those products. And I want to talk about those needs and focus on and give a voice to those people. So that's what this show is dedicated to. I'll talk a little bit about different tech news, different products that are out there, debate it, give you some things I think are being reported, misreported wrong, or what's wrong out there, and some things they're doing right. It's Apple focused because most of what I use is Apple products, but I'll throw some other things out there. So if you want to hear more and you like the show, please subscribe. If you have comments or feedback for me, leave it at the bottom of the video. I'd love to hear it from you. Now, the topic of today, Apple's M1 Mac products. Let's dig in. Okay, so in the fall, Apple released several products based upon their M1 architecture. It's a new Mac processor they built in-house. They kicked out Intel and they created their own. Now there's a litany of reasons as to why they did this, and that's for a different video, a different conversation. What I want to focus on is what's important to the average consumer, and that is, are these the right products for you? Well, first let me start by what I think why everyone is wrong about the M1 Macs. So let's start. Okay. Most of the tech reporting out there has been very positive about these products, but there have been a lot of reporting out there about several things. There's not enough memory. There's not enough storage. You can't upgrade the memory. You can't upgrade the storage. You can't run this coding software or this programming language or my homebrew. It won't run Final Cut or Logic Pro as fast as I want them to. And all of the problems with that is that's not for you. These products are not for you. They're for us. These are entry-level, consumer-friendly products. Let's break it down. There were 3 products released: the MacBook Pro 13-inch, a MacBook Air, and a Mac Mini. The Mac Pro 13-inch gives consumers the ability to be able to have something that's going to give them better battery life, a little bit more horsepower, and some pro-level features included that are going to allow them to travel. If they're a business consumer and they want to take it with them, they can take their office with them. They may shoot some photography or do some home pictures or so forth, and they can do that as well. Maybe they have an occasional YouTube video they want to edit on it, and they can do that as well. And it's going to be a great product and last them for years. There's the MacBook Air, which sells like hotcakes. It's the #1 selling Mac computer, and there's a reason for it. For $9.99, you can get into the Mac ecosystem. It is a great computer for kids that are going off to college, or even someone at home who wants to purchase a new laptop. It's $1,000. It gets you into the Mac ecosystem. It's fully functioning. It'll last you 5 to 6 years without any issues. Don't listen to the fact that it doesn't have enough memory, enough storage. It's more than capable for what most people are going to need a laptop for. And that's why I think it's a great product. Now, let me flip the coin over. Why is Apple wrong about the M1 Macs? Well, let's dig in. Okay, the MacBook Pro 13-inch is not a bad product. It's got its place. It's got its segment in the marketplace. As I've already told you, the MacBook Air is a tremendous value and an excellent product. And I think it would be great for everybody to purchase. No problems there. My problem, Apple, though, is the M1 Mac Mini. The Mac Mini has been a product that's endeared and loved by many. It runs server farms. It runs creative projects for people all over the place. It runs home theaters, and people have used it throughout, and you've neglected it for years. In 2018, Apple upgraded it, brought it to current, and they've continued to show support for the product now with the M1 Mac release. My problem, though, is it's $699. And most people watching this video are going to laugh at me and say it's a tremendous value at $699. And I disagree. And let me tell you why. It's about $100 to $200 overpriced. Apple needs to have an entry price point, an entry-level product for people to get into. The MacBook Air provides that from a laptop perspective, but again, it's a laptop, so it's always going to be a little bit more expensive. Let me give you an example and make the argument to you why I think Apple is wrong with the way they positioned the M1 Mac Mini and the pricing. There was a product that came out several years ago called the Apple HomePod, a tremendous product with a lot of technology behind it, premium features and a premium sound that really enhanced what people could get from listening to streaming music. Had microphones built into it to adjust the acoustics of the room and give you a premium sound that you just couldn't get from other products out there. It made products from Amazon and Google look like junk. There's only one problem. It was priced 3 to 4 times more than their products. So the average consumer out there couldn't afford to invest in it. It wasn't worth it to them. And so Apple didn't sell anywhere near as many as Google and Amazon. And they sold off the shelves. But that suddenly changed. Recently something changed. This came out, and now it's selling like hotcakes. All over the place, people are buying these. It offers a tremendous value proposition. For $100, it gets you into an Apple Music ecosystem with a smart speaker that you can talk to, and you can utilize with HomeKit, do automations, do different things with, in a very great quality looking product. And it's selling like crazy. Why? Because they gave people an entry point. They gave them a value proposition and said, get into it. And I guarantee you that because of the success of this product, they will sell more HomePods, traditional HomePods as well, even at the higher price point. Because once people experience this product and the convenience and the functionality of it, they may want that premium sound and upgrade to that product. And so Apple needs to take this as a lesson of what happens. When you talk about the Mac Mini at $699, it obviously doesn't come with a monitor, doesn't come with a keyboard or mouse. So by the time that you add the monitor to it, you're paying $250, $300 to get a quality monitor to go with it. More. You're paying that. Now you're talking about over $1,000. By the time you add a keyboard and mouse, my Logitech MX set here costs $200. So now you're talking $1,300, $1,400. And where are you at? You're at the price of an iMac. So then why buy the Mac Mini? You can buy an iMac with a phenomenal screen. So why would you do it? And that's my problem. And there are going to be some that say there are cases that you can justify for that. And I understand that you can pigeonhole something in. But let's talk about the average consumer. I know multiple people right now that would jump into the Apple ecosystem if that computer was priced to $100 to $150 less. They would jump on it right now, even without the ability to upgrade or the internal storage limitations, because that computer will last them 5 or 6 years because it just works and it lasts. They don't break. That's the value proposition. But you have to give them an opportunity to get into the ecosystem. So Apple, that's why you need to rethink the M1 Mac Mini pricing. It's also got some limitations that need to be addressed. But that's a topic for another video. So with that, again, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.